Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to round four. Yeah, we're round four. Yeah, round three was Portugal last weekend. Division two. We are in Austria this weekend. We've got a full 20 grid. Um, so yeah, looking forward to this weekend. We've got full quali. We had rain in Division one yesterday, so it'll be interesting to see what we've got here in Division two. Hello, Kyle. Good to see you. We have 3.2 in TT, 3.3 in short quali. Very nice. Um, Good contender for pole position in quali then. Jonas Alpine on top. We'll find out after today. Ruben showed some good pace last weekend, but I think got disconnected and then AI screwed him over. So good driver Ruben and then Sam fighting for points down towards the bottom, but hopefully can bring you some home. The weather doesn't look very good. Um, I'd be interested to know if there's any rain. If anyone could tell me, that would be great. Alfie has the medium tyres booted on at the moment. Also, by the way, if I do mute all on them lines, I'm probably coughing because I don't feel the greatest today. But we move. We move. Who have we got in here that is new this weekend? We have got Glazy in the Williams, who is full-time Williams driver. So welcome to you on your debut race. And we have Alpha Terrier Wolf, who is new but is a reserve. So he's joining us for this weekend in Austria. Thank you for filling the 20th spot within the last 5 minutes. I think it's going to Alfie first. He's got the medium tyres on, which surprises me. I think to put the medium tyres on in Q1 must mean you're very confident on getting out of Q1 very easily. And I'm not sure Alfie's got out of Q1 as he invalidates the final corner. So we'll quickly move on to the next car, which is our debut Alpha Terrier Wolf. As he heads into the first corner. Down into one of two. 3 DRS straight. For the main straight. Yellow flag, I think it's one of the sandwiches just going very slowly. I think it's Alfie and Harv, both drivers going slowly there. Into the second sector. So why have we got both Alpha Tauri stopped on track? I think Alfie's just trying to stay out of the way of any drivers, but he also wants to be careful he doesn't get himself disqualified for stopping on the racetrack. Yeah, they were saying the second sector all about the higher wings and then fast twisty bends, and then you got the first and probably the final sector where it's about that straight line speed as he comes around the final corner. Careful not to invalidate. Alpha Tauri Wolf rounds us off with a 105.4. Next across the line will be JW Curtis, who is faster by 6/10. Then we're going to have the Red Bull of Bunions, who is just starting his lap. And then it's going to be Jundy, who is on an outlap. Both Saubers are on an outlap, so we'll go to Mercedes or Fernando Morris, also on an outlap. Brad Travosa will be next across the line in his Scarlet Red Ferrari. Careful not to invalidate on the exit. DRS open, little slipstream. Goes fastest with a 104.717. So quicker by just over a tenth. We've got a few cars crossing the finish line. Twiggy is first with a 106.2. Glazy in there with a 105.414. Exactly the same as Alpha Terrier Wolf. Both debuts getting the exact same time. And the big Spartan in there with a 105 flat almost. Kyle goes in between with a 104.9. Daniel definitely won't be happy with that time with a 135. Who have we got coming in? We've got a Hash driver in there. Is that Minty? Yeah, invalidated. So we'll be looking to start a new lap. Jundy's on a lap at the minute. Onions goes quickest with a 104.618. Onions very quick yesterday. Goes clear by a 10th in Q1. Gundy coming around the final corner. Goes P6 for the 105 flat almost. Then we're going to have Harv with a 105 flat. Yeah, same again, 2 100s quicker. Then the Loris goes P10 for the 105.4. That LMY we're going to have next. And that LMY's on an outlap. It's going to be Alfie on the medium tyres. Alfie goes P11. That qualifies Twiggy by just under a 10th. Sam has invalidated. Baniel crosses the line, improves with a 105.612. And then I think we've got a couple of drivers coming into the pit. Sorry, is that Alpha Terrier Wolf on another lap? He is, but he looks a little slower. Yeah, pretty much set at the exact same time. Next, we're going to have Minty cross the line. Minty goes P14 with a 106.483. We got on track. That's on a lap at the minute. We've got Sam, but he's invalidated, so I think he'll be looking to start a new lap. Boy, I think he'll be next to cross the line. Sam's on an out lap. And Boy does it invalidate, gets that banker in. Goes fastest with a 104.575, so quicker by about half a 10th. Who we got on a lap? Sam. Sam will be next to cross the line. He's used a lot of ERS in the first sector as we come into the second sector through the second gear, third gear hairpin. Keeps it in third. Into the twisty sector 2. Sauber going very slow just on the 2 fast right-handers. Hope that doesn't affect him. I think he's going into the pit lane, so should be okay. Into the final corner, make sure not to invalidate. Keeps it on the track, but I think he will go last with a 107.598. So that means it's going to be Hessam next, who is invalidated. I don't think he'll be happy with that, which means Mr. Tuj Sterry will be next to cross the line. Sam has retired. Not sure what has happened there. It's on the exit of turn 1, so I wonder if he's took a bit too much curb and put himself in the barrier, so that will be Sam out of Q1. So we'll lose another 4 drivers. Hessam leaves the session. We'll make sure you get him back in there as Tuj comes around the final corner. Where can he go? P9 with a 105.104. Hessam back in here. There we are, there's an invite. So, the 2 Aston Martins separated by just under half a 10th as Morgaine crosses the line. She just started her lap. Don't think we've got anybody else on a lap. So we'll ride on board with her. She might get a little bit of toe off Tuj as Tuj pulls very far off the racing line, making sure he doesn't benefit any other drivers. Down to first gear for the hairpin. Yeah, it looks very... I don't know what the word is, but it doesn't look very good in Austria. And I haven't heard anything in the D2 chat about rain or anything, so I'm guessing it's going to be dry all weekend. We've got a yellow flag as the Sauber just pulling out the way, as is the Aston Martin. Difficult to get out the way in sector 2, as it is a very fast sector. Somebody is back as Morgaine goes into the fast right-handers. Careful not to invalidate. Where can she put her Haas? P14 with a 105.633. So she's clear by 5.5 tenths at the moment from Alfie. Cleared by about 8 tenths from Twiggy in the drop zone. But I don't think she'll be happy with that. Have we got anybody else on a lap? Alfie is starting his lap. Ruben He's not on his lap. Rajvosa, how's it going? Good quality from you. Very good first lap. I think you're pretty much safe with that. 104.7. What have we got? We've got the top 5 in the 104s. And that's very close from P6 all the way down to P9. Very close. As Ruben will start his lap. I don't think he was happy with the last one. Have we got one of the Aston Martins on a lap? No, Dundee is invalidated. Harv is on a lap. So Harv clearly not happy with his 105.46. Only 10 100s off P6 at the moment. Careful not to invalidate on the right hand side, which he does, and then gets a lot of oversteer. And needs to make sure he gets his car out of the way, which I think he does. I think who was that Minty? Yeah, Minty's only on an outlet though, so at least that doesn't affect him. Twiggy was next to follow, who was on a lap, but I think he got out of the way by then. Yeah, it's tricky, easy to invalidate on that right hand side, trying to use all of track limits. Twiggy crosses the line, improves by 2/10, which puts him up to P15, enters the 105s. So Alfie has booted on the set of softs, but he has invalidated, but he's managed to get all his ERS back as he starts on the lap and he gets a nice toe off his teammate. Good teamwork there from the Kick Saubers. I think he'll do it again up the hill. As Harv pulls off the racing track, making sure he gets out of the way of his teammate. So good teamwork there from the two Saubers. Harv needs to make sure he doesn't get in the way of the Mercedes. I think he pulled off the track. Can you check on Hessam? Hessam rejoined. Ah, here he is. Yeah, he's on a lap. So Hessam, the only driver not to set a time yet. So Twiggy won't be looking forward to Hessam going across the line, as that could knock him down into the drop zone. Ruben Scott with a 106.4. Missed that. I'm sure he's got a lot of time to improve. So Ruben won't be happy down in that drop zone. Hessam. Oh, I thought he invalidated then. That must have been very close. But Hessam goes P3 just above his teammate. Wow, separated by 1/100th. Very close there. As we've got one of the Mercedes. That's Nando Loris just starting his lap. Who we got on a lap? We got Ruben. Minty's also on a lap. Down by 3 seconds though. As we got a bit of dust kicking up from one of the Saubers. That is Harv again. Causing himself a little bit of trouble on track today, Harv. Ibrahim, come on, Ferrari. Forza Ferrari. Both your drivers P3, P4 showing good pace at the moment as Minty dives into the pits. Ooh. And Harv overtakes him. Ruben also dives into the pits, so I don't think he was improving. Sam, is he going for another run? No, he's also in the pits, so Nando Loris will be next to touch the line. But he's down on his time, so he's also dived in. And so does Alfie, so Alfie didn't improve on his soft run. Do cast better. Your hash drivers are in the best position at the minute. You got Minty in the drop zone, and Morgaine is just loitering in between at the moment. And she goes out for another run. SM retired from the session. And so did Rajvosa, so both Ferrari drivers happy with where they are, which I can't blame them. What's the gap at the minute? Yeah, second off the drop zone. We got back out, so AlphaTauri Wolf doesn't think he's safe. Oh, it's on the expedition, yeah. It was an expedition. It was the extended cut as well. So I don't think we've got anyone on a lap at the moment, have we? Yeah, Morgaine is about to start her lap. I went into the mountains. You see any rain in the mountains? What's it saying for the race? The dry race? So is Morgaine up on her time at the moment as we cross the Sector 2 Delta line? Oh no, Sector 2 Delta line, that's a DRS detection line. Never mind. Dry all throughout. Okay, so it's a full dry race. As now we pass the Sector 2 line. Is she up on her time? She's up by 4 tenths. It's a good lap from the Haas driver, so that should put her around P11 at the minute. Depends if she's still got time in these last few corners. She needs to make sure she doesn't invalidate. Oh, it was close if she was on the white line. She crosses the line and goes P11 with a 105.395. So good lap from the Haas driver. Who else have we got on the lap? I think next across the line. Oh no, he invalidated. Kyle retires from the session, so he's happy with his time. So yeah, it looks like Daniel's still in the pits. He's going to have to get out very soon. We've got 2 minutes remaining. 1 minute for a lap, so you don't have to come till a bit later as the Williams mechanics roll him out the garage as he comes down the pit lane. Curtis missed that, put himself up into P5, so that's a good lap from him as he retires. Who have we got on a lap? Morgaine managed to recover all her ERS, but she is down into the pits. Have we got anyone on a lap here about to cross the line? Nando Loris started his lap. Alfie invalidates. Minty on a lap, but he is well down in his time. He's on a 1 minute 20. I'm not sure why he's still got hot lap on. Well, I see he's not got enough fuel and he dives into the pits, which he does. Bunions retires, safe there in P2. Alpha Terry Wolf will next to be across the line. He comes through the two fast right-handers. What's the gap at the minute? We're looking about 3 tenths, the gap between the drop zone and himself. He improves very slightly, but that very slightly was enough to just claim P11 by 1/1000th. Glazy is starting his lap. We've got a Aston Martin of Twooge just starting his lap, 30 seconds remaining. Jundy is next. Ooh, going drifting through that final corner. He gets into the 104s, very good time from him. 2 tenths quicker. A couple of drivers crossing the finish line. One of them was Ruben Scott, puts him up into P7. So good luck from him. Alfie retires, so he's at a moment as he entered sector 3, similar to where Harv span out. So Twiggy is on a lap. Daniel's on a lap. He made it to the finish line. So Minty is out of Q1 along with Alfie and Sam. So that means we're going to lose another 2 more drivers. Daniel will be next, and his teammate. Oh, Daniel could knock his teammate out here. His teammate doesn't have any ERS on and dives into the pits. Daniel does knock his teammate out. He improves by 2 tenths. Glaze it out of Q1. Can Twooge improve? Twooge did not improve. Twiggy will be next across the line. He's 3 tenths up on his time. I think he's going to need at least another tenth and a half in these final few corners. Careful not to invalidate the RS Open. Twiggy improves, but not enough to get out of the drop zone. So there we have it. There is your bottom 5. So Sam and Alfie both DNFing in Q1. Minty just not got the pace to get out. Twiggy close, only 2 tenths away. And then Banyol knocking his teammate out on his debut in Q1. It's always a good qualifying session in Austria because it's always very close because it's such a short lap. I mean, there we are, 4 tenths separating the top 10. And then as we get a bit lower down the grid, I mean, look at that, what's 4:14? So an extra tenth could have you got on your P12. That's crazy. So Glazy out on his debut. Just unfortunate. Banyol scrapes through, as does Nando Loris and Morgaine, setting the exact same time. And then the McLaren debut 1/1000 faster. So should be an interesting Q2. Might go on an expedition to Britain, see what next race is like. Gonna be an interesting Q2 here. Some good drivers showing some good pace. I don't think was happy with his Q1 pace. Morgaine managed to pull a lap out in the end. AW Curtis was up there. The big Spartan showed a very good lap time as well, as did Raj Bosa. Nando Loris on the brink towards the end. That first hit is hard. As most of the cars are starting to leave the garage. So we've got half the grid out at the moment. It's always interesting at the start of Q2 because some people put on a brand new set of tyres, some people put on a set of used, try and get through on a set of used, but so it's hard to show people's pace. It'd be alright if the game actually told you, but it's never right. It says like 0 laps when they've already done one full lap on it. Healthy overconfidence. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't go out on the softs from the beginning. So Ride on Board will have, using all of the track as he heads into the hairpin. Going into third gear, then into the second DRSO, sorry, the third DRSO. It's a short track, there are quite a few DRSOs. Chooses third gear for the hairpin, into the two fast left-handers. Careful not to touch the curb on the first one, and careful not to invalidate on the second one, which is where he spun round in Q1. And into the fast right-handers, downshift, no brake, and into the final corner, try and take as much curb as you can. Crosses the line, straight into the 104.3s. What a great lap time from him, as that is Bunyan's invalidating, so not a good lap time from him. Kyle goes P2 with a 104.6. Then we've got Curtis with a 104.9. Chundy with a 105. Nando Loris crossing the line with a 105.147. Then it is, that must have been a validated time. That's going to be Alpha Tyria Wolf with a 589. And that will be Morgaine Stein, her lap time. Rajvol circling around the final corner. In the 104s goes P3 with a 104.717. Next across the line is Tweed, who is starting his lap. I think it'll be Hessam, who is on a lap. Hessam showed some great pace in the last few weeks. He got unlucky a couple of races. Oh, invalidates on that final corner. Don't think he took as much curb as he'd like. We've got a couple coming back into the pits. Bunions will be coming back into the pits. I don't think he's got enough fuel. Banyol will be next across the line. Banyol on the brink of a Q1 exit. What can he do in Q2? It's the DRS open. I think it's going to be the 106. Yes, it is. 106 flat. Don't think he'll be happy with that. Alpha Terry Wolf is going for another roll of the dice. Morgan will be next across the line. She crosses the line with a 105.669. Only good enough for P8 at the moment. LM Boy starting his lap. Two staring across the line. Goes P4 with a 104.756. That's a good lap from Tuj. Clear from P5 by 2/10, just less than. Very close between P2 and P4. Only a tenth, just less than a tenth separating them. We've got an Alpha Tauri going very slow. Who we got coming up here? I think Alpha Tauri Wolf will be next across the line. He's a tenth up on his time though, so it doesn't look like he's going to improve. A Williams driver in front. Oh, he invalidates. Just as he passed the pit exit line. Unfortunate. He'll have to do another lap round before he comes back into the pits. Bunyan's LM Boy on a lap, sorry. LM Boy goes P1 with a 104.260. Then it's going to be the big Spartan in the V cab. Goes P6. Good pace from him this weekend. That is a good lap time. So, who have we got on the lap? Twitch is on his way back into the pits. Bunions is on an out lap. And I think that is all. Let me check some stats for you. Let's check out the D2 stats. Yeah, we can tell you anything interesting. Have a look at the quali results. So Nando Loris only managed to get himself in Q3 once this season, P9 being his best quali start. What else can I tell you? You've got Kyla, LM Boy, Gundy, Spooge, Ruben, Harv, Bunions. Yeah, all them drivers who have been in Q3 every race this season. Curtis missing out just once with P12 last weekend in Portugal. As Bunions is on a lap at the moment. As Jumdy hasn't long started one. The big Spartan yet to get into Q3 once this season, so he's in a good position as it stands with Bunions dives into the pits. Apologies. Sam looking to start another lap after he invalidates. Yeah, the big Spartan, his best qualifying at the moment is P11. He got that both in China and Portugal. So P6 in a minute with a 104.8. He's in a good position to try and get himself into Q3 for the first time this season. Morgan only got into Q3 once, which was Portugal last weekend. So she'll be looking for a better time today. I think usually in quali you'll probably only go for about 2 laps, but with it being such a short lap in Austria, I think you can get away with going 3 times. As that Ruben coming around the final corner? Yes, it is. Ruben goes P11 with a 105.632. Half a tenth off the drop zone at the minute. So he definitely will need to go back out again. So round and board with Hessam as we come into the corner that he invalidated in last time. Keeps it in between the lines this time. Where can he go? P2 with a 104.369. So 1/10 off LM Boy at the top, so he's very happy with his time. So we've got the top 8 drivers all in the 104s. So Jundy on the brink, and Dolores on the brink. and then we'll see the rest of the drivers go out for another lap. Bunyan's down in P15. I don't think he'll be very happy with that. He showed good pace yesterday, and I'm sure he'll be wanting to do the same again today. Don't think have we got anyone on the lap at the moment? Yes, we do. Morgan, but I think JW Curtis will be first to cross the line. Oh, he's not on a lap. Unless he backed out. So it'll be Morgan, who is 8/10 up on her time, so I don't think she'll be happy with that. I think she'll be looking to get into the pits, new set of tyres, and go for one more roll of dice. That's exactly what she does. So we've only got the one driver out on track at the minute, and that is Bunyan's. As he heads into the hairpin after the second DRS straight. Fourth gear, using the curb on the left-hand side. Sam has left session, we'll try and get him back in there in just a moment. Emma was out of Q1. Oh, gets very understeery in the first left-hander, making sure he doesn't invalidate on the second. Into the two fast right-handers. I think Bunyan's will be wanting to just get a lap on the board at this moment. Oh, as he invalidates. Oh, no. So it's going to be another invalidated lap time from Bunyan. So he needs to race back around the Red Bull ring to try and get some more fuel in his car, unless he's Sam's back in. So he's got another invite. So unless Bunyan's has got enough fuel, which the fact that he's still on hot lap makes me think that he doesn't have enough fuel. Sam retired from the session. He's happy up in P2. Curious to see where fuel start coming out now. I think hard to tell, you know. What's the drop zone at the minute? It's 105. There's a couple of attempts in between what P7 and P10. It's like 3 tenths, 3.5 tenths. So I'll be curious to see if he comes out. AlphaTauri Wolf just starting his lap. 105.589 in the first sector, and he has matched his first sector. So not much to gain there. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. Going down to the DRS straight, I think it's just Williams or an Alpine pulling off the racing line. So Williams down into the hairpin. Before we go into the two fast left-handers. Careful not to touch the inside curb. Understeer on the exit. Lift for the second one. Well off track limits. I missed his sector 2 times, so I'm not sure if he's up or down. Making sure he doesn't invalidate. He does not improve. He is slower by half a tenth. So unless he has got enough fuel to go for another run, which based off previous running times he has, as he goes on non-ERS, which makes sense. Making sure he gets out of the way of the Williams on a lap of Banyul. Don't think he wanted to give him a tow. Banyul as he heads up to down the hill into the hairpin. We've got on a lap there, it's Ruben, we've got Nanda Loris. 2 tenths up on his time. It's going to be a good lap from Lando. Might push his teammate down. But he does, he goes P8 with a 104.845, which I think will start to worry P4, 5 and 6 as it shows the track is improving. Morgan will be next to cross the line. She's 4 tenths up on her time. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get her out of Q2, sorry. It's not. A 105.260, and she's not going to have enough time to get back around. A couple of drivers on track at the minute, a few starting their lap times. Banyal improved by not enough, so I think that's going to be his qualifying over. Bunyan's about to start his lap, so it's now or never for him. Curtis on a lap at the moment. AlphaTauri Wolf starts his next lap time. Who else have we got on a lap? We've got Ruben coming around the final few corners. Can he get out of Q2 in the Alpine? Yes, he can. Provisionally, it's a 104.828, which pushes Nando Loris down into P10 and Jundy out in P11 at the moment. He is improving on his lap time. JW Curtis begins his lap. Morgan is not going to be able to... No, she's taking the pit entry line. The McLaren is on a lap, but who's that? Right behind him, it's Jundy. AlphaTauri Wolf crosses the line, doesn't improve. Jundy doesn't improve. Jundy's out of Q2. Not good to see from him. Bunyan's next to cross the line. He could upset a few people here, making sure he gets a lap time on the board. He goes P4 with a 104.399. That pushes JW Curtis out of the drop zone. So the bottom four are guaranteed at the minute. Only JW Curtis on a lap. Nando Loris, his teammate, still yet to make Q3. Oh, Curtis goes off. Doesn't invalidate though. And he goes P8. He knocks his teammate out of Q2. So Nando Loris still yet to make Q3 this season, as his teammate just pushes him out. Ruben Scott scrapes through the skin of his teeth. Look how close that is. From P11 down to P8, only, what, 3/100ths? Separate it. The big Spartan, his first Q3 appearance. So congratulations to him in the V-Carb. Jundy, unfortunate, I think he started his lap a bit too close behind the McLaren. So there we are, we lose Banyal down in P15, AlphaTauri Wolf in P14, Morgan in P13, Jundy down in P12 and Nando Loris in P11. Alan Boy top of the pops for Q2. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting final session. Only a 10th and a half separating the top four there, as Bunyan's left it to the death. Yeah, I'm not sure how Curtis actually got away with that final corner. I'm surprised it didn't invalidate him. He must have lost time. So 12 minutes. We might see 3 runs here. We might only see 2. Might be a quiet Q3 if we only see 2 runs, to be fair. Yeah, I think Jundy was a bit of a shock exit there in Q2. But I think he likes it to be a bit of an underdog. I think he likes coming through the pack. But he might just be out of reach of a podium. But we'll find out. That's the streamers having a moment there. Let me have a look. Oh no, seems to be alright. Seems to be okie dokie. Who we got setting a lap time first? It's going to be Kyle, and Harv is right behind him. So Harv doesn't want to be too close. because he is going to get that toe down the main straights, but he will be in the dirty air and he cannot fight with Kyle. Otherwise, he will grab a quali ban. So if Kyle is going a bit slow or whatever, it will be down to Harv to yield on his lap. Through the hairpin, Kyle goes. I'm sick of this game turning everything off. Yep. Kyle down into the long right-hander. I actually don't think Harv is going to benefit off this. I think he's just a bit too close. I think maybe he started his lap time off all right, but I think he's going to struggle in the second sector with the dirty air. Yeah, I think he's fell off just a little bit through sector 2. As we come into the two right-handers. Kyle crosses the line and sets here 104.194. It's a very good lap time, to be fair. Harv with a 104.249. Next across the line is an invalidated Rajvosa. Then it's going to be Bunions, who's also invalidated. So it's going to be Hessam next, who hasn't invalidated. Hessam 104.284 P3 at the moment. Then it's going to be Tuj Steri with a 104.587. The big Spartan starts his lap. JW Curtis goes P5 with a 104.938. LM Boy will not be happy with that time unless it's unused. A 104.616. So we've got Bunyan's invalidating this lap as well, so he must invalidate the final corner. Rajvosa getting out of the way. The big Spartan on a lap, but having to try and navigate his way through a few cars. He heads down into the hairpin. So Kyle with the time to beat at the moment. It's a 104.194. It's a good time. It's the first. Oh, the big Spartan getting all out of shape there. Be curious to see if he does set this time or if he just pulls into the pits. Ferrari getting out of the way nicely. He's going to set his time into the final corner. He goes. DRS open. P7 101.06247. So yeah, struggled in there. And Rajvosa invalidated this lap as well. Unless he invalidated the final corner. Ruben Scott on his outlap. JW Curtis getting all the revs in. Onions begins his lap. His fuel light is flashing, so I'll be surprised if he's got enough fuel for another run. Unless he just intends to crawl around the grid for his in lap. Is that an Aston Martin on a lap as well? Yeah, Tuj going for another lap. Well, Tuj got enough fuel for another set. He has matched his sector one time. Onions down into the hairpin. Keeping it in fourth gear. I think Munions is every single quali session he seems to leave it until the very last moment. He's always on the edge. As he needs to make sure he doesn't invalidate, which he does. He just needs to get a banker time on the board. Even if it's just half decent. Fuel light is flashing. He dives into the pits, so it's going to be Ruben Scott next across the line, making sure he doesn't invalidate. As Touche dives into the pits, Ruben goes P7 with a 105.191. So currently only two drivers yet to get in the 104s. The big Spartan, I think we'll get in the 104s. He just had that moment in sector 2. So LM Boy's going for a second run. Curious to see if this is on new or used tyres. Checking the DT chart. And then Moy saying he's going softs for the race. Oh, saying he's got softs for the race. Sorry. As he begins his lap, we're right on board with the Red Bull driver. I don't think he took as much of turn one as he'd like. So slightly down on his his first run. 3 100s. Third gear down to the hairpin, didn't get the best exit. Into the two left-handers, braking late, avoiding that left curve. He's up by 3/10, so he must have lost a lot of time in that second sector on his first run. So is he trying to go for the front row on this lap? Final corner, careful not to invalidate. Back in LM Boy put his Red Bull. P1 with a 104.007. A great time from him. So LM Boy on provisional pole. Next is going to be Kyle's on a lap. Any challenge? Oh, he gets on the curb and yeah, he dives into the pits. He instantly knew that lap wasn't going to be good enough. Reg Volser next across the line, still yet set a time, and he does it again. Oh, luckily he only loses his front wing. We've got nobody coming in sector 3 at the minute, so he's got plenty of time to spin that Ferrari around. So he's got away with a broken front wing there. That could have been a wheel, and that could have been Q3 over him, but he will have enough time to get back around and into the pits. And I think that shows what a missing front wing does to you. We've got the big Spartan on a lap. Everybody else is on an out lap. In purple sector 1 for the big Spartan. I think that's just a personal though. When it comes into the final, LM Boy's retired from the session. Interested. Crosses the line, improves by a full second, but stays P7 at the moment. Oh, improves to P7, sorry, it was P8, 105.166. Who we got on a lap? We've got Mercedes of JW Curtis. I'm going to see if there is a reasoning behind LMY retiring. Okay, so he said he cares more about having fresh softs for the race. If he loses pole, then so be it. Well, we'll soon to find out. He is clear by just under 2/10 at the moment, which is a very good gap, but I'm not sure if Kyle had fresh softs on. Curtis comes around that final corner, making sure he stays between the lines this time. Improves by a 1/10.5, but not good enough for P5 at the moment. Bunyan's next across the line. Goes P2, so it's a Red Bull 1-2 at the minute. It's 104.083. I think that's the big Spartan. He is going for another run. So this will be his last lap. He's not going to have enough time to go back into the pits. Can I check DMs, of course? Yes, Jude asked me, could he race? Well, I messaged him, could he race, and he replied to me back at 8 o'clock when the race had already started. So, yeah, it was just too late. The race starts at 7:30. Who we got on a lap here? Big Spartan coming around the final corner, dives into the pits. So that is his qualifying over. We've got Aston Martin coming on the final corner, but he's just starting his lap. Ruben is on a lap, but he's 7/10 down. No, I don't think Ruben's going to improve. We've got a Sauber and a Ferrari stopped in sector 2. I just think they're trying to not invalidate. We've got Rajvosa about to start his lap. So you've got Rajvosa, Hessam, and Hav all about to start their lap. Kyle will be next to. Oh, Hav and Hessam have missed the line. Oh wow! So they were both holding each other up in sector 3, presumably for the toe, and they've both missed the line. Wow. Mind games. Kyle is up on his time. Can he push for pole? Yes, he can. He's the first driver into the 103s. He sets a 103.916. Then it is Curtis who crosses the line but doesn't improve. Tuster, he's next to cross the line. He's slightly up on his time, but he's going to need a lot more for that from P5. Stays P6. Does improve by 3/10. Ruben Scott next to cross the line. Coming around the final 2 corners. He only needs at least half a tenth to gain a position. Oh, he invalidates. That is Ruben staying P9. So the final car to cross the line is going to be the Scarlet Red Ferrari of Rajvosa. Where can he put his Ferrari? I don't know. It's P7. So not a bad lap from him. Showed some good pace this weekend. Wow, Kyle pulled that out of the bag. So he must have had them fresh softs. So Kyle, the only driver to get into the 103s. LM Boy P2, Bunyan's P3, couldn't improve at the end. Harv and Hessan missed the line. Twooge missing out by, it was very close at the end, by 1/100th. Rajvosa P7, Curtis P8, the Big Spartan P9, and Ruben Scott P10. What a good start to the weekend. I'm going to check in with the boys to see what time we are readying up. Right. Hello.
Oh,
Hi. Hello.
What time are we readying up?
28.
28. Okay, so a couple of minutes. Martin, what happened? You just behind the McLaren?
I was 2 attempts up when I was behind him.
Yeah, he just caught up.
Yeah, and it just dropped off.
Dude, you were a lot closer than I thought. Hessam at the end.
Yes, I also thought I did a massive improvement in the end, and I was a bit gutted that it didn't improve my position at all.
Did any of you guys spot what Hessam and Harv was doing?
No.
No.
I saw once half span, I think.
No,
that's it.
So there was Harv, Hessam, and Rajvosa all coming through sector 3. Harv and Hessam both pulled over. I don't know whether they were playing DRS chicken in terms of like who wanted to start the lap behind. Rajvosa overtook both of them, and then Harv and Hessam missed the line. So they didn't get a final lap in.
Oh, alright. See, I thought you was going to say that. So Raj lost his wing, his end plates.
No, he came around the final corner, invalidated, got on the curb, and hit the pit wall. Well, the pit wall.
You didn't see me lose my wing, did you?
No. When did you lose your
Good.
wing?
No. Never happened.
I just hope to survive lap 1. That's it.
I had a proper fucking sergeant moment. Keep weaving, clip the grass, and it went off.
Touch grass.
Shit.
Nobody ready up.
No, not yet.
Yes. Surprisingly, I was expecting maybe one of the new guys to do it. But...
Yeah, they're both done quite well. Fun fact, 4th race of the season, and it's a 4 different pole setter.
Nice. That's good.
Yep. Anyway, how are we on? Another 45 seconds, but it's nearly 28, so I'll leave you to it. But good luck.
Yeah, cheers. That.
Yeah, save it.
So, I have just crossed 28, so we'll start to see people readying up around now. And roughly in around 30 seconds, we'll be seeing lights out in Austria. Like Jundy just said then, I think we're just hoping for a clean lap 1. Can be a difficult first few corners, especially turn 1 with it being such a fast corner. Here we are, as we've got 3, 4, 5 red lights in Austria, and it's lights out and away we go at the Red Bull ring. Kyle didn't look like he got the best start. Both Red Bulls hot on his heels, but he goes into turn 1. Oh, we got a Mercedes off track. What a runoff area. We see an Aston Martin further down. That's Jundy. Not having a good start to this race, but everybody looks like they're getting through cleanly as we go up the hill. Harv and Hessan both interchanging positions as we go back down the hill into the hairpin. Oh, we've got a driver being forced off track. It's going to be, it's an Alpine. I think it's Ruben forced off the track. Morgan trying to capitalise, but I think she got out of shape. Radvosa and Ruben Scott both swapping positions. Ruben down the inside. And that LM boy fighting for the lead of this race. Go around the outside. Audacious, but he's made it work. So we'll check tyres in a moment. So Kyle in a bit of a Red Bull sandwich at the moment as we go back down the straight. We've got all 20 drivers. As we've got, oh, the Mercedes and Nando Loris trying to go up the inside. Calls Morgan to go wide there. That's an out. A Kick Sauber going wide as we head down to the pit straight. Sorry, the second DRS straight, past the pit straight. Oh, we're going to make it 3 wide. Oh, I thought Kyle was just going to touch the back of LM Boy there. But the formation keeps the same, battling further behind with JW Curtis and Touche Derry. The big Spartan also closely behind. Everybody keeping positions up to now. We will check tyres when everything cools down a bit. So all drivers quite close. Twiggy not having the best start as well as Jundy Sunday. We'll move back towards the front of the grid. Oh, I say that as Twiggy gets an overtake on Alfie as they're both battling it out for P17, P18 as we head down the pit straight. The Lamboy sets the fastest lap of this race and stays in P1. Minty, the first driver of the session to get 3 seconds. We've got Alfie and Minty both in the pit lane, so not unsure whether they're missing front wings. Kyle trying to battle, go down the inside, takes a bit of the curve, make sure he leaves room on the exit. LM Boy will get the better run. Well, Bunyan's going to have to make a look. No, he doesn't. Kyle burning, down the inside he goes. He takes P1. LM Boy going to be under pressure from his teammate here. No, I think he stays where he is at the minute. Some nice heli shots in Austria. I like this broadcast view. Morgan up into P10, that's a good start to this race for her. Rajvosa down to P11. Alpha Terrier Wolf looking up the inside, checking out the braking line. Starting on the hard tyres. Well, not a bad start from him considering. Nando Loris gets the 3 seconds. So Kyle retakes the lead of this race. Essam taking a look at the inside of Bunions, looking to get a better exit out of Q1. We've got a yellow flag. That's Rajvosa. Oh, it's LM Boy going up the inside. He's ghosted for the time being. Kyle still in the lead. We're going side by side down the hill. LM Boy will have the inside line. Kyle choosing the outside and stays ahead. So very close here at the front. Bunions has now taken P2, so LM Boy got a poor exit down there through that inside line. What start to this race? Hessam taking a look at the inside of LM Boy, so it's not been a good lap for LM Boy. Needs to regain a bit of composure. Not sure what happened to Rajvosa. See if we can see if his front wing is still intact. Here we are. No, it is not. So I imagine we'll be seeing him in the pits. No, we're not. He's cracking on. As he was hoping for a safety car. Down the second DRS straight we go. Bunions pulls out to the inside. And so does LM Boy. We're going 3 wide. Oh wow, that's close. A bit of wheel banging. Hessam trying to capitalise. I think he's got the best angle of this. Both Red Bulls fighting for P1, P2. Oh, braking very early. Very early there for LM Boy. I think he was trying to back out and going 3 wide again, but that's cost Hessam a place. Curtis now up into P4. Hessam careful not to get on that inside curb. Alfie gets 3 seconds. Into the 2 fast right hand as we go. Curtis just pulling out just to see the braking line. Look how close our top 7 is. Even a little bit lower. Yeah, it won't be a second. Very. Literally, it's been non-stop. Oh, Tuj, I thought he was going to take the inside of Hessam there. Hessam gets a good exit. Kyle looking to retake P1. He's got DRS down this back straight. Are we going to go 3 wide again? No, LM Boy will have the outside line. Curtis has got the inside though, but LM Boy will have the better exit. Will he try and make a move on to his teammate into the hairpin? Kyle looked like he'll stay in P1. LM Boy stays P3 at the moment. We'll quickly check tyres. There you are, so everyone on the mediums bar halve. As Kyle's now dropped down to P2. Bunyan's in sector 2 getting that overtake done. Not a usual place to overtake, but yeah, as I was saying, halve. AlphaTauri will have jumped it and minted all on the hard tyres, everybody else on the mediums. Curtis up into P3, he's pushed LM Boy out the way, getting that Mercedes up into P3. He's going for P2 now. JW Curtis takes the lead of this race. Wow, Kyle's not had a good lap. He's down to P6. Hessam up into P3. Oh, making sure there's no rear ending. LM Boy is going to get the better exit. Hessam's going to have to settle for P4. Oh, it's close. Fush staying P5 at the minute. He managed to get an overtake from Kyle down in there. Hard drop down to P7. Oh, Harsmith is from wing. Oh, so Harv's going to be struggling. Not sure what's happened there if he's rear-ended somebody under braking. But I think he's the only driver to be missing part of his front wing. From what I can see anyway. Bunyans has left the session. No. We'll get Bunyans back in here as soon as we can. Bunyans, Bunyans. Oh, I'm not doing this again. Where is Bunyans? Bunyans have a different ID. Bunyans has dropped down to P10 now. LM Boy is retaking the lead of this race. I'm just trying to find Bunyans. Apologies, missed out on the action. areas. It doesn't show as bunions for some reason. Right, there we go. Twooge gets a 3-second time penalty, so that is not good for him. So Harv is now open to P4. Even with that missing front wing, there we go. Bunions has rejoined the session. So Kyle not had a good few laps of this race. Bunions down into P11 after that disconnect. So we've still got the top 11 all within DRS of the car in front. It's a very close race in Austria. Morgan up into P7. What a good start from her. Wow, going 3 wide into the hairpin. Going on board with Harv. Oh, he's Hessam. Also, boy off on the exit. Harv getting coming for the switchback. He's going to be careful under braking with that damaged front wing and on the hard tyres. But his tyres will start to come into play soon. Minty gets another 3 seconds. So JW Curtis, the leader of this race. Been doing amazing so far. Morgan just started DRS at Sue Sterry. He's managed to keep a front wing intact this race. Grundy up into P10. So good recovery drive from him as he is looking for a move under Big Spartan into turn 1. He gets a good exit out the final corner. And it looks like he gets that move done before turn 1. Change of the lead up top. Hessam is now the leader of this race as we head into the hairpin. Up the hill. Bunyan's retired from the session. What has happened there? We've got a yellow flag. I don't see Bunyan's car on track. Oh, there we are. It's down the straight. We've got a yellow flag. No safety car. I have no idea what's just happened there. But I'll keep an eye out and try and find out. Harv pressuring LM Boy for a fight for P3. Kyle managed to overtake Twooge in the meantime. Hessam is the new leader of this race. Twooge taking a look up the inside. Oh, Hessam gets 3 seconds. So that might cost him towards the end of this race as JW Curtis gets the overtake done before turn 1. Hessam getting a better exit though, up the hill. Not sure who's got DRS. It's Hessam, as it shows his straight line speed into the hairpin. Rajvolsa gets 3-second time penalty. Is easily done in Austria. A lot of runoff area as Harv. You're thinking about a move on Ellen Boy? No. Harv will be going on to the faster tyre compound, but will he be getting that front wing changed? I imagine so. Doing well at the moment. Alfie's had a moment as the leaders are going to come round to lap the Sauber. As he is ghosted, making sure he pulls off track. Harv gets that move on LM Boy. We've got a yellow flag, but that's just for the slow moving Sauber getting out of the way. As Twooge dives into the pits, he's the first. So he's going for a bit of an undercut. I think the undercut might be strong here in Austria. I'm not sure. Oh, Twooge is missing some of his front wing, so that's why he's in the pits. Not sure when that happened. Morgane's in the pits. Blazy up into P10, does have a 3-second time penalty as it stands. Kyle and Ellen Boy fighting away. Down into the hairpin. Ellen Boy's going to stay out in front. Alfie gets 3 seconds. I think we'll be seeing a lot of them today. Marek. Sorry, mate. No, we don't let anyone in the race apart from comms and drivers, just because you could tell other people's ERS or whatever. That's the reason I don't have it turned on anyway. Yeah, Bunions, I have no idea what's happened with Bunions. it was down the second DRS straight. It was like halfway down, so I'm not sure what happened. I'm going to check D2 chat actually. Nothing in D2 chat, so I'm sure what happened. He just I hate this game. No idea what has happened. Morgaine gets 3 seconds, so that is not good for her. She's P13 at the moment. After pitting, she's overtook Twidge in the meantime, as he got his 3 seconds. His front wing changed. As we are seeing a change for the lead. Harv is now the leader of this race. So them hard tyres starting to overcome the mediums. So we've now got a 4-way battle for P1. Kyle on a bit of a recovery drive. Kyle dives into the pits. So that leaves Harv, JW Curtis and Hessam out on track. Was that Grundy getting a penalty? Let's have a look at the penalties for this race. Where are we? Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of them 3 seconds. So we're seeing the hard runners start to show some pace on them tyres. Where will Kyle come out? Kyle comes out P11 behind LM Boy. LM Boy trying to get that move before the hairpin, which I think will show crucial. Kyle's also going for it as well up the inside. Alfie retires from this session, and that has brought out a safety car. Where's Minty? Is it going to show? Oh, Alfie's in the middle of the track. He's had a moment on the exit of the final corner. Wow, so the guys, this is going to play perfect into Harv's hands. It's also going to play perfectly into JW Curtis and Hessa. Well, saying that, actually, it might be a bit too early for Harv. But he will pit regardless. Oh! Wow, what happened then? I have no idea what just happened, but that was a very slow car. I think it might have been a lapped car. Yeah, it was. Of Sam. I thought he was just going straight behind him. So Jundy has stayed out on the hard tyres. I think he has to pit. JW Curtis is coming out of the pit lane. When does he come out? Comes out just in front of the 2 cars. So does Hessam. So that has not played nicely into LM Boy and Kyle. We've also got a back marker of Sam in between Harv and in between Kyle and LM Boy. As he pulls off the track, I think he's trying to let. Okay, so Sam not doing what he has to, but he's doing the nice thing and pulling off track so other people can overtake him, which disrupts any racing towards the top. Did Baniel dive into the pit? Look at our tyres. There we are. So only Jundy who has not pitted. And everybody's caught up now, so he's not really going to benefit from this. So not sure why Jundy's pitted. Tell you what, I'm going to go and ask him. Jundy, why haven't you pitted?
Because it ruins my strategy
Of what? Are you going
of mediums.
You don't think you'll manage mediums into the end of the race?
Well, the question is, will there be any decent up until the end of the race?
True, but
It's going to be the better choice.
Not now. I don't think so.
Yeah, of course I was. Not for me. I'm waiting for everyone else.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
if I had, well, regardless, I don't have an option, so all I could do is hold the up.
I think you wouldn't. In terms of being slow, I don't think you would have been 25 seconds pit stop slow. You know what I mean?
Possibly not,
Go on, Twiggy.
but it don't matter.
Twiggy, what were you going
Was-
to say?
Who's that Haas right at the back?
It is Minty.
Is that Minty?
Yes. Yeah, everyone's pitted by you, Cindy.
Yeah, I know.
So that'll be it for the race. Truge, 3 seconds. Inevitable.
Every warning that I got was because people in front of me brake.
Early.
Well, I have to avoid people in front of me. Yes. Everything that happened, I could put in this race happened in that turn.
Okay. I thought it was going to be like going side by side into the final corner, forced off track, kind of warning off.
No.
Oh, just racecraft.
That safety car just also. I also destroyed my wing. Had to pit for my wing. Not good race so far.
I missed the wing damage. I saw you change it. But what was it? Just
Yeah.
overbraking?
Yeah. On turn 2, I hit the guy in front of me.
Okay, fair.
Not the first time, not the last time in this race.
Right, I will leave you to it because chances are safety car will be in this lap.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
enjoy
Yeah.
the last 18 laps of this race. Speak to you later.
Yeah.
See ya.
There we are. So, Jindy out on top, but I think JW Curtis and Hessam are both in the best position at the minute. Have down in P6. Could have done with a couple laps longer. Ironically, it was his teammate Alfie that has caused the safety car. There we are, safety car is in this lap. Safety car does pull out very early. So we'll get quite a lot of backing off. Jundy will start. I'll be curious to see when he goes, if he'll go into the final corner or if he'll hang on down the straight. It's the pit line isn't a million miles away from the final corner as the safety car comes into the pits. I think Jundy knows that he's a bit of a sitting duck here, and I think it's important that the front runners try and get past him as quickly but as cleanly as possible. Because you don't want Jundy holding you up. There he goes. Into the final corner as expected. Ruben gets 3 seconds. Just a bit too far back, but I think JW Curtis will save the move into the hairpin. Even then, I think he's a bit too far back. Are we getting on towards the back? Red Rosa still with that broken wing. Could say safety car, but I assure you we do not have a safety car. More gaining. Sorry, Ellenboy and Hesham battling it out. Harv looking for a move. Oh, Harv and Kyle getting a bit caught together. Harv down the inside of Ellenboy. He's on them fresh medium tyres, so he's on the better tyre compound. All got through lap 1 rather nicely. JW Curtis trying to make a move down the inside. Audacious into the last few corners. Who's that diving into the pits? That is Ruben Scott, so I presume will be a new front wing. And who else was that? It's Twooge again. Twooge for a new front wing. I don't think he's going to be very happy with that. Our winner out in Portugal last weekend. Down into P16. Hessam's also fitted for a new front wing and a new set of medium tyres. Oh, why are we all ghosting? I think it might be a couple of lap cars. Are we going to go 3 wide into the hairpin? Yeah, we are. Oh, Harv going off track, and I think it was a little assistance for Lemboy. I think. Camera kind of cut away very quickly. So Harv not making use of his fresh mediums as of yet. Jundy somehow still out in P1 as he gets overtaken by JW Curtis. Jundy dives into the pit lane. Curtis gets 3 seconds. That isn't good for him. So does Blazy. He gets another 3 seconds. So Jundy will come out around P14, I think. Harv going for a move into the hairpin. Looks like so is Kyle. Kyle down the inside, gets that move done. Morgaine up into P4, what a race from her. Does have 3 seconds, but track position still looking good. Jundy hanging on for dear life, yeah. Yeah, I think he called it quits. I think he saw a bit of a gap to come out in. But even still down in P14 now, he's what, 4 lap younger tyres. And under pitting under the safety car. Minty gets another 3 seconds. All keeping formation down the pitch straight. We've not seen many overtakes down into turn 1. We've seen a few, but we've seen the majority up the hill into the hairpin. Morgaine and Harv battling it out, and so is now JW Curtis. Is Kyle going to lose 3 positions? Kyle going around the outside, Curtis giving him plenty of room. Boy just having to sit behind for the time being. Banyol losing her place there. SM sets the new fastest lap of this race. Banyol doing well up into P7 at the moment. I think he'll be looking to try and get P6 towards the end of this race as the McLaren's tyres start to die off. So top 6 all within DRS of each other as it stands. Kyle is the leader of this race. He's been one of many drivers who's been leading this race. Boy getting a good exit there. JW Curtis getting on the curb a little. Not going to make a move to turn 1. Minty gets another 3 seconds. Up into the points position though. We're going to see a move from Boy up the inside of JW Curtis. Yes, we are. A little love tap on the wheel, but nothing out of the ordinary. JW Curtis is going to be on the outside. Boy. Oh, that's Harv losing a bit of his front wing. I think it was inevitable. JW Curtis braking early. He went for the better exit. As Harv is just playing a bit of bumper cars now at the moment. So Harv on the fresher tyres, but he's lost his front wing once again. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Not sure who that is. Harv does not pit. The big Spartan gets 3 seconds. And that is his first 3 seconds of today. Down in P13 at the minute. Morgaine gets another 3 seconds. That is not good for her. Only JW Curtis has 3 seconds above. Banyog moves up a position. Harv is really the unluckiest driver of this league. I don't know. He continues to start on hards every single race, which you're always going to get the worst start. And if you get an early safety car, it's never going to work out for you, as it has done here, as it has done. I think it was China or somewhere else. I think it was China or maybe Bahrain. So it's always inevitable. And then when you do pit on the fresher tyres than everybody else, you're coming against people that are going to be coming up against people who are going to be in slower cars. So they're going to have to brake earlier. So I think that's where the front wings come from. Alright, he's behind Boy on 11 lap hard tyres when he's on the fresher mediums. So his braking point's always going to be later, but I think you just need to judge that at the time. as Nando is going quite slow, and I think that's pushed him back into Rajvolsa and Glazy coming into the hairpin. Cut back towards the front of grid. Shundi getting a move on the big Spartan. JW Curtis leading this race, but he does have a 3-second time penalty. I have a feel like in the incidents page we're going to see a lot of penalty removal requests. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think Kyle will be happy to sit along for the time being, but he does have LMY right behind him. Harv loitering in and out of DRS. Morgan sticking with the Sauber. AlphaTauri Wolf having a quiet race, but he's brought his way back up to P6. Same as Morgan, also having a quiet race, but up into P5. She's arguably on the better tyre compound towards the end of this race, because AlphaTauri Wolf's going to have to do another 10 laps. He's going to have to do 20 laps on the mediums. Not seeing any moves now. Got back to this fight with the Ferrari and the Williams. Manuel going for the switchback. Under pressure from Glazy, his teammate at the minute, so both Williams battling it out. Both on 10-lap-old hard tyres with Nando Loris sitting behind in P10. Oh, which Williams driver was that? It was Glazy getting a bit of understeer. I think he just got on that curb. He's lost a position to the Mercedes. Rajrosa, I think, could be vulnerable up the hill as he won't have DRS. Got back to the front of the pack, and we're going to see a move from Kyle. I think we are. Down the inside he goes. JW Curtis taking a shallow line. Kyle's going to get the DRS. He's going to go up the inside into the second hairpin. Touching wheels once again. Kyle takes the lead of this race. Hessam retires in the pit lane. So I think that front wing damage by Hessam has just kind of ruined his race. We'll cut back to Morgan, who has got that overtake done on Harv in the meantime. There you see the top three battling it out, P1, 2 and 3, and then you've got 4, 5 and 6 also battling it out. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1 as Hessam car has rejoined the track, but I think we'll see that pull over just on the back straight. Hopefully it won't bring out a yellow flag so that any overtakes. Oh! Wow, that was close. I'm not sure if it was ghosted. Kyle going up the inside regardless. Both drivers giving each other space. Morgan and Harv battling it out. Morgan stays up in P4 and has got DRS as well. Harv without DRS, he's going to be under pressure from the McLaren, who goes down the inside and gets the move done. As we head towards sector 3. Still both fighting it out. Harv regains that place. Around the outside with damaged front wing. Both on the same tyre compound. Glazy and Nando Loris battling it out. Through sector 2, Rajvolsa's lost a few places. Both Williams drivers up into P7 and P8 at the moment. Harv gets a 3-second time penalty. I think Morgan will be glad to see that, as she has 6 seconds, I think, at the minute. Have a look, area time penalties. So 3 drivers still yet to get a time penalty. That is Kyle, Ellen Boy and AlphaTauri Wolf. As Minty dives into the pits. I'll leave on penalties actually. Minty boxing for a new set of tyres. So top 3 battling it out. I think it's mainly between Kyle and JW Curtis. Ooh, I hope that's not caused any front wing damage, but as I was just going to say, LM Boy's not really been playing a part. thought about a move there. AlphaTauri Wolf close to getting out of DRS. So we've got Jundy in our last point scoring position. 3 seconds away from Twiggy at the moment on the new medium tyres. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Oh, that is Raj Vosa and Nando Loris. That's brought out a safety car. So, Nando Loris missing the full front wing. So I think we're going to see a lot of people in the pits here. Jundy is the first car to enter the pits and everybody else behind him. As I think we'll see everybody chuck a new set of soft tyres on. The big Spartan. Oh, we've got a double stack at Alpine. Who's that slowed down? Let's slow down Ruben. That's a free overtake for Tweed. Hessheimer's left session. He's already been DNF in this race. So we've lost 3 drivers. We've lost Bunions. Not sure what happened to Bunions, but it was on this straight that we are watching Tweed go up into. Hessheimer retired in the pit lane, and Alfie lost control of his car coming out the final corner. So this is probably good news for Kyle, LM Boy, and AlphaTauri Wolf. It's very good news for Harv and AlphaTauri Wolf in particular. Both McLaren's a little bit slow on the double stack, might cause a couple of positions lost. See, no, he's okay. Alright, Morgan up into P4 though, but does have that 6-second time penalty, so we're probably going to have, what say we get back racing lap 33, we'll have 33, 34, 4 laps of racing, maybe 3, we'll see. But yeah, as I was saying, both McLaren drivers and LM Boy without time penalties, so should be a good battle on there. I will cut towards the D2 check. Let's have a look at Alpha's POV, which causes safety car. So he gets on the exit curb and then touches grass, and that puts him into the pit wall, which literally flips his car. Hopefully, oh, safety car is in this lap. Right, came back at the right time. So yeah, 4 laps of racing. Hughes gets 10 seconds for a severe collision, so I think we will try to see that removed at the end of this race. As JW Curtis gets us going, and he's got quite the jump on Kyle. Harv gets an overtake done very early on the McLaren. As who's out? We've got the Aston Martin and Jundy all over the back of Reg Volser. We've seen him move up the inside. Who's that trying to make it 3 wide? It's Nando Loris getting his elbows out. That was a bit of an audacious move. Jundy on the medium tyres, which is a bit strange. I'm not sure why he's gone for them. Majority of people on the soft tyres. Who's down to P16? Don't tell me he's lost another. He's actually lost another bit of his front wing. Wow, this is going from bad to worse for Tuge. As we'll cut back to the front of the grid, and Ellen Boy slowly falling out of DRS, and that is the reason why he's lost part of his front wing. So Ellen Boy needs to at least just try and keep within 3 seconds of JW Curtis here. He might not be able to push for the win. Kyle on the medium tyres, interesting. There are your tyres. Morgan down the inside, forces Ellen Boy off track. Morgan up into P3. Well, Morgan up 10 positions this race. And a great race from her. JW Curtis up 6 as Kyle takes the lead of this race. So Kyle and JW Curtis starting to eke out a gap between Morgan, who was battling with Ellen Boy. She'll be looking to try and narrow that gap down into 1 second. Got a yellow flag further down. Is that the Ferrari? I think it was. Raj Wilson not having the best race. Minty up into P13. Nando Loris and Twiggy battling it out. Through goes Jundy Sunday. And through goes Banyul. Them two making the most of that. The big Spartan also thinking about it. Going down the inside. Oh, somebody got tagged. Oh, that is so unfortunate for Banyul. He got hit on the braking. Banyul down to P15. As two tyres into the pit lane. Glazy up into P5. Oh, battling out Wahab. Really getting his elbows out there. I'm getting it all understeer it. So Morgan back with the front two. JW Curtis has fell off Kyle by 2 seconds now, so I'm not sure whether he's had a moment. It's good news for Morgan with a 6-second time penalty. She wants to try and get away from the pack as close as we are on the final lap of this race. Thinks she's going to be too far back to make an overtake. Ellen Boy needs to try and make sure he stays within 3 seconds of JW Curtis. As we got a yellow flag, and that is Raj Volser, who is down into the gravel. Gets a bit of oversteer on the exit. No traction control, showing how dangerous it can be. Morgan around the outside of JW Curtis, which quickly turns around the inside. What a great move on the final lap of this race. Morgan up into P2. She does have time penalties, but I think the front three really want to stay also within 3 seconds. Looking to go up the inside as Kyle comes around the final corner and wins the Austria Grand Prix here at the Red Bull Ring. Morgan coming home to finish P2 on track. JW Curtis, Ellen Boy, all taking their positions off her. Morgan down to P5, Jundy P6 after what wasn't a good start to this race. Hard down at P7, Glazy on his debut. in P8, Twiggy up into P9, both V-Cabs in the points. Nando Loris P11, Ruben Scott taking home the final points position in P12. What a race. There is your driver of the day on game. There we have it. There is your front three. Kyle, the winner of this race. 2 McLarens on the podium. Alpha Terrier Wolf on his debut up from P14 to P3. What a race from him. Ellen Boy having to settle for P2. Kyle taking home all 27 points this weekend. 25 points for the win, a point for P1 and a point for the fastest lap. So what a great weekend it has been for the McLaren driver. And there is your 3 DNFs, Hessam, Alfie and Bunions. Which technically was classified, so it won't count as a DNF. But nonetheless, thank you all for joining, and we will see you next weekend in what will be our first sprint race of the season in Silverstone. So thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe if you've not already done so, and we will see you next weekend. Thank you.